In 1999, the UN then created the Program of Action for a Culture of Peace. Unanimous resolution, declaring that, and having the focus on a culture of peace in all countries, and so a number of things took off after that. So we've had the culture of peace focus for quite a while, but how to land that? So a lot of people talk about it, but how to really land it in a very constructive way.
And to realize that the only way that can happen is to start at the grassroots somewhere. It's got to come up from the bottom, just a small group of people, as Margaret Mead said, just coming together consciously to change the world. But it's being watched on the global scale. The United Nations are watching us, the International Cities of Peace are watching us. Everybody's holding their breath to see if we can pull it off, we can actually do this and make a model that some other city might want to pick up on, and another city, and another city.
When David and Eric contacted me and said, we want to talk to you about joining this Ashland Culture of Peace Commission, I was thinking to myself, what the heck are these guys talking about? I've never heard of this thing. I don't know what it's all about, but let me find out about it.
The Ashland Culture of Peace Commission. So the idea was born in 2013, and then the next couple of years it was moving towards that. We worked with the city council. At first we thought it was going to be like a regular city commission, and along the way, and working with the council and our own development scene, that was best not to. It's a citizens commission, and it works closely with the city, and we have excellent relationships and a lot of trust. But it really is a new entity in terms of the Citizens Commission, so we have the latitude to do all the different things that we do.
What brought me to the Ashland Culture of Peace is wanting to be with a group of people in Ashland representing all different businesses and walks of life.
When I came back to Ashland after 15 years, I was walking down this road and I saw something that I think says immense possibilities. That's what drew me. I really believe in immense possibilities.
For me, the articles were interesting to me because I wanted a community conversation. I wanted to have information going out about various things that are going on, or ways and methods that can help bring more peace.
I was a newly appointed chief of police, and I knew that one of my priorities had to be engaging the community in as many ways as possible. And when I started finding out what Eric and David were talking about putting together, along with so many other people, it became clear to me that I had to be a part of this conversation.
And we're talking about culture. And what is the culture? The culture is, our beliefs, our actions, our institutions, our daily lives, it's all things. They really think about it.
There's so many in the community that really would love to have a culture of peace, and yet we operate without really looking at what we're doing and how we're interacting, and we accept what society is putting forward to us.
The human race seems to have taken on the attitude that we're somehow extra special and own the environment and have a right to do whatever we want to, and we don't even think about it.
We want to slow everything down. We want to engage everybody on both sides of a debate, both sides of a sticky problem. We want to engage everybody, let everybody be heard, allow everyone their dignity, allow everyone the respect that they're entitled to, and then try to come to the best solution.
It's, calling forth a unity amongst us and realizing that we have core values that we all share, and that we want to, take the time to build a community that's authentically living out peacemaking ways, and coming to this place where we really truly are peacemakers, because we're healing ourselves of our ideas of the other being wrong or so different from us that we can judge them.
And we're about inquiry, about asking the questions. We're not about telling what a culture of peace is. It's about asking people, what is a culture of peace? And what's your part of it? Or how do you co-create that? Because the truth of it is, we have some ideas, we have some examples of organizations that support or are part of the the culture of peace, but on a broader scale, we're discovering that. So we're in new territory. We're in new territory as a city.
I joined the Peace Commission. I made myself available to this group for a lot of different reasons. One of them was because, unfortunately, tragedy strikes. Tragedy hits every community, and at some point something dramatic and traumatic is going to happen here in Ashland.
We'll always have conflict, but how we deal with conflict in different ways, how we do it in a more conscious and collaborative, focused way that can really help our process.
Instead of looking at the negative, I wish this wasn't happening, I'm saying to myself, this is happening, so let's, greet this ugliness, make it a learning moment, work through it, not let it control us, and come out the other side of it that much more connected to everybody. That's just the world that I live in, that I have to want for the openness and the connectivity, and I have to be on watch for the negative happening. But I think that there's value in both sides of that we want to stay connected, and we need to recognize that right here, right now, we live in a world where nasty stuff happens, and let's be prepared to meet that challenge and to move through it with those positive, compassionate connections and come out stronger on the other end of it.
I thought I was coming in with skills, and I was coming in with skills, but it's not really my skills that gets used in this environment. It's really my willingness to step into a future that gets created as we speak, as we talk, as we have conversations, as we have actions in the community that open my heart and allow me to be bigger than I was coming in.
Just talking with each other, exploring what is the culture of peace, and learning how to, first off, just talk to each other with respect, listen, and not interrupt, and honor each other's ideas.
To me, one of the best things about the Ashland culture of peace is the idea of getting the whole community thinking about a culture of peace and how they could bring that into their business, their home, their world, the nation, our politics.
And constantly making a model that can be exported to other cities. And I can really see how this could spread around the world, and that's got me really, really excited.
So many amazing partnerships have already come up, so many amazing points of outreach have already come up through the wonderful and loving people that we have engaged in this work. And so I think that the entire group is off to a really good start, and we're also still learning what we are all about as a group and what direction we want to go and how we want to go in that direction.
This is the right time, the right place, and the right people. This the ingredients that's come together. And there's time in the world. Look at all the stuff that's going on in the world. It's pretty crazy.
If there's any hope in the world, this is how it's going to come about. And I feel like we can do this.
People are hungry for difference. People are hungry for a way forward. But how do we support each other as we go through the challenges ahead? And we're finding ways to do that.